pala. Sorry guys. Okay na yung mic ko. And hello, good evening everybody. It's Saturday evening. Thank you for showing up to tonight's webinar. Tonight we have a very special webinar for you. We're talking about advanced virtual assistant. Let me know, okay ba yung music? Maingay ba? If it's too loud, I can make it softer, or if it's okay. I'm trying out a new setup ngayon with my mic and may background music tayo. May pa-background music tayo. Hello, Vivian from Davao. Hello, Lina. Not yet. Carol, not yet. VA. Eve, on the way. Ganun talaga. That's the right attitude. Marlon, not yet. Hey Dan from Pampanga. Aubrey, not yet in VA. Hello, Ivan from Baguio. Hello, Carol from Israel. Wow, international tayo. Mylene, not yet. Not yet. Starting to learn. May, watching from Bulacan. Waiting. Yung mga tao waiting kanina. From Tondo, not yet si Den. Not yet si Niza. Rhea from South Cotabato. Hello, Jennifer. You're from Taguig. Le, not yet. Not yet the VA. Good evening. Dave, not yet. Myrma from QC. Hello, Den. Hello, Bevs. Ayun. Ang daming ano. Okay ba yung ano? Okay pa yung sound. Sige, if the music's too loud, let me know. Nawala yung music. Anyway. Akala ko naka-set up na maayos. I thought, yeah, may music ata. Ito, may music. Pero it's just a little bit soft. Pang background music lang. Oh, no audio, pero it should be okay now. Ayun. Okay, guys. Lots of comments tonight. Okay, from Italy, meron. Sino pa mga ano, international dito? Meron pa ba tayong mga international students ngayong gabi na to? I'm glad to have you guys here. And yes, we're talking about advanced virtual assistants. We're talking about advanced virtual assistants. Now, um, as we're starting this, we're just gonna jump right in. Ang daming tao ngayon. Thank you guys for sharing whether or not you're a VA. Other people are commenting whether or not they're a VA. Say not yet if you are, or yes if you currently are a VA. Pero right now we're talking about advanced virtual assistants. Now, in this series for the next few weeks, for the next couple of months, we're talking about yung series natin of webinars is entitled Fast Forward 2021. Fast Forward 2021. So bakit naman Fast Forward 2021? Sige, ano tayo ngayon? Hindi pa naman tayo 2021, right? We're still in the current year 2020. And when we say the year 2020, ano bang naiisip mo? What's on your mind? Let me know in the comments. Like, what can you remember or what can you think of when you hear the year 2020? Sige, ano tayo? Sharing muna tayo kung kamusta yung 2020. Well, may spoilers na tayo dito pa sa slide na to. Pero, di ba, a lot of what we remember from, or when we think about 2020, we think of yung pandemic, di ba? Maraming hawaan, maraming namatay, di ba? Affected yung buong mundo. We can think of all the issues, yung stress, yung politics, yung sa atin, mga frontliners na nakakasakit, di ba? Yung economy natin, bagsak. Walang mga trabaho. Kung may trabaho, walang masakyan, di ba? Maraming nagugutom. May quarantine, may checkpoints, mabagal yung internet. Well, matagal na problema yung mabagal yung internet. Pero yung iba naman, these are new problems, right? Kung isipin natin, di ba? Isipin natin, we started, di ba? Pandemic, COVID-19, di ba? What year of COVID-19? Worst year ever, sabi ni Nisa. Parang in the past 100 years, di ba? This is like the pandemic ulit. Grateful. Ito si Zara. Gusto ko yung attitude ni Zara. Grateful that alive despite of pandemic. Oo. Stress. Yung volcanic. Kalimutan ko pala yung volcanic eruption. Tama pala yung volcanic eruption. What month was that? Early this year, di ba? Volcanic eruption. Disaster and year 2020. Choppy ba yung sound, guys? Or medyo mahina ba? Make it louder here. Ako lang kasi ako yung tech team. Nawawala po minsan yung voice. Sige. Is it is it just you or iba pa? If it's, I can change yung humihina yung voice, probably position ng mic. Sige. I positioned it here. Sige. Hopefully okay na to. Let me know if it is okay. It's too loud or too soft. Sige. Now, di ba, when we hear the year 2020, Diba? Ayun, okay na. Okay, good to hear. Di ba all these things, puro negative. Puro negative ang naisip natin. Nawawala yung voice. Sige, teka lang. Baka yung headset. Sorry, guys. Sige, ito na lang. I changed yung audio na source na to. This could be a different source. Sige. Anyway, sorry. Let me know how this is. Diba? A year of sadness. Diba? A year of challenges. COVID-19. And diba, we want to we want to forget COVID-19. Kaya yung theme natin ngayon for the month of October, for the month of November is fast forward 2021. Hindi naman tayo puro bad news. Diba? Ang dami nating bad news. We always think na 2020 it's really bad, and it is, diba? It is bad. But what can we do about it? Diba? What can we do? Right now, what can we do with everything that's going on? Right? Well, do you think there's something that we can do? May magagawa ba tayo na in this pandemic na to? Okay. Thank you for letting me know that audio is better. May magagawa ba tayo in this pandemic? Well, yes, there is something that we can do, but we have to start with ourselves, right? Whatever is happening in the year 2020, it's not going away soon. Baka mag-carry over pa sa 2021, di ba? Pero rather than being shut down, rather than being frozen until maging okay ang lahat, you know, we shouldn't, you know, yes, di ba, down, we are down, but we mustn't let ourselves down. We have to move forward. We have to move fast. And let's fast forward to 2021. Fast forward to 2021. Yung mga lagging, baka internet connection, because I'm checking my stream numbers dito, good naman, so baka connection nyo. Di ba may magagawa tayo? We can learn. Diba? That's why you're here. That's why you're watching right now. And I'm very proud of you guys kasi you're not just watching Netflix, diba? Watching or, you know, just being sad on social media. Pero you are here, you're watching tonight because you want to learn something, because you want to improve your lives, diba? Now, we ran a survey a couple of months ago about the webinar content na gusto nyo makikita sa page. And this was the result. Here are the top 5 most requested webinars. Number 1 is to how to market yourself and get your first client even as a newbie. Then we have social media, we have e-commerce, we have bookkeeping, we have virtual assistants. And you guys spoke and we heard you. In the VA Bootcamp team, we heard you. So, you know, when we want to be able to help you out, ito yung VA Bootcamp na we want to help you on your road to help you improve your lifestyle, diba? So, here is our schedule. Diba? These are the top 5, okay? And here's our schedule for the next 2 months of webinars. In October, today we have Advanced Virtual Assistant. Next week we have Social Media 101. We have Intro to E-commerce after that. Amazon Seller Central after that. We have Photoshop Essentials, and we have SEO in a nutshell. We have bookkeeping. We have marketing your freelance skills. Diba? We have a lot of webinars coming for you guys because we want to prepare you. Diba? We want to help you out in this year 2020 and prepare to fast forward so we can start the year strong. Diba? 2020, diba, we had January, we had February, biglang nag-lockdown, ngayon biglang October na, diba? And hindi natin namalayan na 6 months have passed by. But, you know, we should prepare ourselves. We shouldn't just sit back. Let's prepare ourselves to start next year strong. You know, this year, masyado yung slow, a lot of bad things have happened, but let's start next year strong. And this is how we're going to help you out. Okay? Now, which one of these are you most excited about? Let me know. Out of these 8 webinars, which one of these are you most excited about? I'll be doing all of these. Wala akong pahinga, di ba? Parang may 1 week pahinga lang ako, October 31. And in December, okay, may pahinga sa December. Pero which of these are you most excited about? Okay, we made these for you, and we're working on the slides week by week. And ito, we have mga images for October 2020. This is today. Next week in social media. The week after, introduction to e-commerce. The week after, we have Amazon Seller Central. In November, we've got Photoshop Essentials, and we have SEO in a nutshell. We have the basics of bookkeeping, and we have marketing your freelance skills. So these are the 8 upcoming webinars. Ano ba? What are you guys excited about? Which one? All na lang. today's webinar. Nice, great to hear. All po. Sobrang exciting yung upcoming webinars. Most excited about SMM and SEO. Marketing your freelance skills, all po. Advanced VA, ngayon, di ba? Social media management, bookkeeping, e-commerce, SMM 101, bookkeeping, all, because I know dami matutunan. Oh, dami yung matutunan in these coming 9 weeks pala kasi may 1 week break tayo. So 8 weeks plus yung 1 week break. So the upcoming 9 weeks. Everything kasi has VA need and knowledge about all of them. Am I right? Parang generalist yung VA, diba? So the more of general idea you have, actually yes, the better, Sheila. To answer your question. E-commerce at Amazon, all of them interesting and helpful, all of the webinars. Nice, nice, you guys. I'm just glad that you guys are excited for the things that we're preparing for you. Now, diba, we're teaching you all these, we're preparing all these webinars, pero on your end naman, I'm just gonna ask a few things from you, okay? I'm gonna ask you to take notes, okay? Number one, take notes, because we won't actually keep these up. We're gonna take down this webinar series, we're gonna package it for the students only, so this won't be, the recording for this won't be up forever, okay? So I want you to take notes. Second, I want you to take action. Okay, we have parang a little assignment at the end of this para you can practice your own skills, and then you can even add this assignment as a portfolio item for your own, you know, if you're creating an Upwork account and so on. And this will also entitle you, taking action will also entitle you to get our certificate of completion. So this is if you now for this workshop, we have a form at the end and you'll submit your assignment, and if you do that, you'll get the certificate of completion. It's like this, you can include this on your own portfolio, and to add to your credibility na you've attended this workshop. Okay? And third thing I'm going to ask of you is to take your friends with you. Share this webinar with your friends. You know, as you know right now, things are still unknown, diba? Economy natin is very bad. So we're trying to do our part, and to do your part as well, share this with your friends. Especially, like sinabi ko kanina, diba? Especially in this pandemic, maraming nawawala ng trabaho, ang daming businesses that are closed. My own businesses are affected din. Maraming OFW na napilitang umuwi sa Pilipinas, diba? Because they don't have any work. Walang ipon din. Yung unemployment natin tumataas, as you can see here, yung yung unemployment natin stable dati nasa mga 5%, pero yung Q2 this year biglang naging 17.7%. Wala pa yung Q3 numbers, kaya Q2 ginamit natin. As you can see, it's we want to help out, and if you want to do your part, share this with them, share the knowledge of working online, diba? Everything is going down, pero let's fast forward, let's move forward to 2021, and that's our theme for this Q4 na webinars natin. We're holding these special webinars to help each other, to support each other, to equip you guys with the trainings that you need for 2021, because our advocacy, diba? Just shortly, I'm going to talk about our advocacy in the VA Bootcamp is to improve Filipino lives through freelancing education. That's what we're trying to do here, and have more time freedom so that you guys or your friends and Filipinos in general will have more time freedom. You can earn dollars without leaving the country. Yung picture pala hindi na, no? And we get Filipino freelancers recognized worldwide. We're known for hardworking, yung OFWs natin, di ba? We're very hardworking, but nowadays, kung OFW lang tayo lahat, kung DH, OFW, and so on, we're going to be left behind. So in this digital age, it's time for us to shine and be known for our high quality of freelancers. So we have to level up, we have to learn more and be better. And that's why you're here, right? Sige. Saying all this, quick disclaimer lang. I'm not saying that freelancing is for everyone, diba? You might be watching this and you might realize that freelancing is not for you. But that's why we're doing these free webinars then, so you can get a sneak peek na if it's for you or not. Diba? Okay ba? Is that okay with you guys? Let me know. Is that okay with you guys? Sige. So that's kind of the introduction to this, of why we're doing this for the next couple of months. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me just check the comments here. ang daming excited. I'm glad you guys are excited for the different webinars that are coming up. Oh, okay, great. Thank you for tagging your friends. Then, yeah, share this with them. Sige, let's talk about this. What is a VA? Diba? So, we're gonna go cover some basics muna. Let me drink some water. We're gonna cover some basics muna before we get into the advanced stuff, okay? But we're just gonna go through them very, very quickly. So, what is a virtual assistant? As you may already know, a virtual assistant is like a secretary or an executive assistant in a corporate setting. Parang ganun lang. Your main goal, as stated here, is to help business owners or your clients make their day-to-day lives easier. So, we have this in our free course. Okay, yung basics na to, ngayon we're focusing more on the advanced. Ha? So, the basics of a virtual assistant, nasa free course natin. If you haven't taken the free course, check out freevacourse.com. I know most of you have taken the free course, pero may iba sa inyo who haven't taken it yet. Alright? So, you might think this is very overwhelming kasi advanced na to. Ito yung parang next level. So, if you still need to know the basics, go to freevacourse.com. Type mo dito. freevacourse.com so that you guys can visit that and check that out. Kasi doon yung pinaka-basics natin. For those of you, now, have you gone through the free course? Let me know in the comments if you've gone through the free course. I know some of you have even gone through our paid course, yung VA Bootcamp, yung may bayad na course natin. Pero if you've gone through the free course, let us know para kasi you should know the basics na from there, diba? And in lessons 2 and 3, day 2 and 3, I don't know if you remember, pero in day 2 and 3 of the free course, we talked about the tasks of what a virtual assistant actually does, okay? Anyone remember that? Anyone remember what those tasks were? In the free course. Maybe you took it last year pa, pero baka you remember what those tasks were. Okay, not yet. For those of you that haven't, please check it out over in freevacourse.com. Sige. Now, I'm gonna jump right in. And for those that haven't taken it, yes, it might be a little bit overwhelming, so please check it. Don't feel too overwhelmed if you don't understand what we're talking about here, because you haven't gone through the basics more. So go through the basics and then you can watch this again afterwards. Pero, sige. So we talked about what is a virtual assistant. Now let's look at a job post, an online job post for a virtual assistant. Okay, an online job post for a virtual assistant over here. We have this one over here. Exciting new position, VA to English Superstar Coach. So these are real job posts. So these are real companies online who are looking for virtual assistants. And what we did is we got some of the job posts. I think last week lang namin kinuha to, yung mga job posts, and put them over here just to give you a glimpse of what people are looking for, what companies are looking for. Because I know most of you, diba, you said you're not yet a VA, but you're excited, you're looking forward to one. So ito yung glimpse of what they're looking for. It's important to know what they're looking for para you can match, diba? Anong hinahanap nila? Sige, you're gonna match it so that they're gonna hire you, diba? Ang ganun naman yung reasoning natin. Sige, exciting new position, VA to English Superstar Coach. It's in the area of virtual/admin assistance. You'll be doing a variety. I think you guys can read it naman, diba? If not, we can zoom in. Description here, you'll be doing a variety of tasks, almost all of which I will create tutorials for you. However, I'm open to your experience and feedback on operating procedures. Your top tasks, calendar management, database building and form management, preparing Google slide presentations, basic bookkeeping, enrolling and student services, lead generation on LinkedIn, blog publishing, email management, PR opportunity research, copywriting, basic video editing, transcription of videos, uploading to YouTube, thumbnail design, creating promo snippets, and that's the last one. And to apply for the job, yes, send me a message with a few sentences on why you would like this position. So you send him on Upwork. This is parang you reply to this job post. Change the subject to the email to I want to work for you, Ben English, a secret password, and then my secret password done from this guy. Okay, now, as you can see here, a lot of the tasks we talked about in the free course, and if you join the bootcamp, if you're a graduate of the bootcamp, you'll know what most of these terms mean. But even in the free course, we talked about calendar management, diba? We talked about office applications, using office applications. Here, preparing Google Slides, yung focus niya dito. Managing a calendar, bookkeeping, we have that in our VA Bootcamp Accelerated course, diba? LinkedIn lead generation, that's research. internet research, part yun sa internet research. We also teach this in the VA Bootcamp. Same sa blog publishing, that's website management, email management. Yung iba dito, di ba, yung copywriting, basic video editing, transcribing, masyadong complicated, pero like this guy said, he's gonna create tutorials for you, if, di ba, assuming na ikaw yung nag-apply and you get the work, you get the job, he's gonna create tutorials for you. Pero I just wanted to show you this job here to give you a glimpse, di ba? And to show you that what we teach in the free course and what we teach in the VA Bootcamp paid course, these are the things that people are really looking for. Okay, Agatha, is there any company na nag-hire ng VA jobs office-based? Yes, there are actually. Pero parang outsourced, parang they have their own clients and parang agency that they hire you as their employee. Pero yung employer mo actually nasa US or UK and so on, or Australia. Another task, another job post here, virtual assistant needed to assist in personal and business affairs. I'm looking for a virtual assistant who is independent, creative, organized, and a problem solver. They'll be helping with many miscellaneous tasks. Online applications, scheduling meetings, managing calendar, social media, online research, email blast, and so on. I'm looking for someone who is smart, motivated, and trustworthy, who I can build a long-term relationship with, and so on and so forth. Okay, I won't read everything here. Pero we saw what he was looking for, diba? Calendar, social media, online research, email blasts. He also mentions Microsoft Office. Okay, he also mentions that. Ano? Ay, nag-stop. Nag-stop po. Okay, it's okay na pala. Yung internet connections are medyo weird. Sige. And this is a job that's $5 to $7 hourly. Okay, so that's 250 to 350 pesos per hour. And that's how much she's going to pay, diba? So in one day, mga 2,000 pesos. Okay, 1 month, 2,000 times 20 days. If you work just weekdays, that's mga 40,000 to 60,000 pesos. Not bad naman for a VA job, diba? But you can see the kind of tasks that are being looked for. And we have one more over here. I need a superstar VA. He wants to update the website, conduct SEO, write blogs, organize better, get my inbox in order, yung email management na yun, assist client work, so that's also email management, create social media accounts, update social media accounts, updating WordPress, white hat SEO, which can be learned naman, remind me of things, making calls, keeping my inbox clear, potentially send out emails, filling up forms online, doing research, and other VA tasks. So as you can see, diba, somebody mentioned earlier, nakalimutan ko sino, but you know, learning all of these things is helpful for VAs kasi yung VAs yung generalist, diba? Yung VAs yung generalist natin. Thank you sa group po na VA Bootcamp. Dito ko nakuha ang client at more than 1 year na co-works kanya. Nice! Great to hear. Thank you. Joya, that's great to hear. Congratulations. So as you can see, I'm just showing this to you para you can get a glimpse of what they're looking for. And these are things, once again, we talk about in our free course. We talk about it also in the VA Bootcamp. So we will not talk about them today. We're not going to talk about them today. We're talking about advanced virtual assistants. So I'm assuming na may background ka na. Okay, if wala ka pang background, watch the free course or enroll in the VA Bootcamp. Sige. Now like I said, these are basic. Now we're talking about advanced. And when we mean advanced virtual assistants, it's more than just the skills. More than just the skills that we're talking about here. More than just the experience nga, diba? Because if you're a VA Bootcamp student, you know that you get experience, may mga exercises tayo, may hustle challenge tayo. So it's more than that. It's more than the experience. And why I'm sharing this with you is because there's a difference between VAs who earn $3 an hour and VAs who earn, let's say, mga $8 an hour. Okay? And if you want to be the VA who earns $8 an hour, then this is for you. This advanced virtual assistance is for you. I see there are some questions and some people answering the questions. Thank you guys for answering the questions. For those that are saying na dropped and na nag-stop, I think that's your internet connection because I'm looking at mine. It says everything's okay. I hope everything is okay. So yeah, here we're talking about advanced virtual assistants, right? Because I want you to be not just regular virtual assistants, pero advanced and highly paid virtual assistants. Bakit naman nag-stop to? I think it's your connections. Sa mga net nyo. Yeah, thank you guys. And I'm looking at my numbers here. It looks okay kasi may stream numbers naman tayo. Sige. Oh, saan ako? Okay. Now, one example here. One of our students recently in the VA Bootcamp student group, I won't share the name, pero baka you saw her post if you're one of the students. She shared a personal experience like this. There were two VAs who got hired for a role like this, like the ones we kind of showed you earlier. But within the first 2 weeks of their job, the client said this: "Hey, we decided to let go of VA number 2. I mean, you both started at the same time, but your work is clearer and more organized than her. We'll just go find another VA who works like you." Now here, so there are two, and then si VA number 1, which was a student natin, said, "Thank you." Diba? Thank you. So si VA number 2, they both got hired, pero si VA number 2 tinanggal kasi she's not as organized. Her work is not very clear. So these are two VAs who are hired for the same job. They have the same skills, diba? They know how to do the work, and they're both VAs here. They've been working mga 1 to 2 years in their freelancing career. I don't know the client, I don't know his reasons, pero I've hired people, I've worked with people. As a client myself, I've seen how different VAs work, diba? Even if they've been VAs for 5 years or 10 years or even 1 month, there is a difference in the way that you do the work. There is a difference in the way that you do the work. Nako. New pa lang, so I have no idea yet. Ano ba? I hope this is okay. Distract ako na ang daming may mga issues. But I think the recording should be fine. Are you guys still there? Hopefully, let me check on my phone to see if everything is okay or if may problema ba tayo. Is anyone still getting it tuloy-tuloy ba? Or is everyone having issues? Nako. May weather issues tayo ngayon. Bakit ganun? Pero nawala yung video. Teka lang. Sige, let me know if you guys are okay or not sa connection nila. Okay. So, some of you guys are okay. Okay, thank you. Sige, I was checking my own connection. Okay naman pala. Alright. Sige, going back. Saan ako? So, going back, diba? There are two VAs, but one got removed. And like in my own experience, I know that experience of the client. I know what the client is thinking. So, just to give you some example of how different VAs work. Okay. So let's say there's a task, a client's task, which is checking a voicemail. So there are 5 different voicemails a client has. Okay. There are 5 different voicemails a client has, and there are. Let's have a review. I was gonna play the sound, pero we don't have time for that. There are 5 different voicemails, and like VA number 1 would submit work like this. So what the VA is doing is that they're listening to the voicemails and they're submitting a report to the client. Parang a summary. Kasi the client doesn't want to listen to their voicemails. So the VA, their job is to listen to the voicemails and submit a summary. So VA number 1 would submit something like this. "Hello Jason, these are the customers who left messages on your voicemail. 1. Product feedback. Call the customer back at 419-354-2843. Receive 4 rolls of our 2-inch blue tape. Won't peel off properly, too sticky, and keep staring down the middle. Possible return case of refund or replacement, please. 2. No message, dial tone only. 3. Promo code activation. Call at 303-403-9266 after 12 MST. Needs help activating 15% discount. 4. No message, weird noise only. 5. I think this one is spam, so I just ignored it." Now, looking at this, what do you think can be improved? Looking at this email, so si VA, diba, she listened to the voicemails, gumawa siya ng email, she sent it to the client, and this is what she said. So based on this email, anong makikita mong areas for improvement? Hindi naman mali, diba? The work itself is not wrong, pero there are areas to improve on. Yeah, I think it's the internet, your internet connection. So, okay naman dito sa Cebu yung weather. Sige, what do you think the areas of improvement are? Let me know in the comment section. I'll give you like 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sige, and I'll show you the work of VA number 2. So VA number 2 would submit the same work, pero ganito.
And then nakita ni G Harada, no subject line. Diba? Yung original, diretso lang, no subject line. Ito, clear yung subject line. Customers to call back as of 10/3/2020. Hello Jason, these are the customers who left messages and requested a call back. 1, product feedback, pretty much the same. 2, promo code activation. Dalawa lang. Ayun, sabi ni Ivan, yung remove yung 2, 4, and 5 kasi unnecessary yan. Yung mga no dial tone, yung spam, the client doesn't care about it. Diba? The client doesn't care about it. And let's put these two side by side. Now, product feedback, okay naman, same naman. Promo code activation, same naman. Pero yung 2, 4, and 5, like Ivan said, diba? It's hindi naman needed. And then, sabi ni Rachel, sabi ni G, walang subject, diba? Walang subject. Oo. Panong balikan, there's gonna be a replay afterwards. Unethical words used, like what unethical? Muna sana ngayon kasi tulog dyan ko. Or no subject and remove 2, 4, and 5. As you can see, yung work ni VA number 1 hindi naman mali, right? But it can be improved. And you want to be VA number 2 in this, or you want to have the clear, you want to give the right, well, not just the right, but more organized information, more clear information than normal. So parang going above and beyond na just what's being asked and using your brain to really think. So let's take a look at, I'm going to give you the tips on how you can do this, how you can be VA number 2. Okay, so we have a good email, okay naman. I'd say okay email, naman good email, pero okay naman. Pero we have a better email, and it's better because it's clean, it's readable, it's straight to the point, and by doing this, you'll stand out better with your communications with your client. Okay? Diba? So what we're trying to do here is learn how to disseminate or learn how to communicate information very clearly and very concisely in the less amount of words. So let's talk about the tips. Tips to creating clean emails. Tips on creating clean emails. Here. So creating clean emails. Let's start with this over here. Number 1, keep your paragraphs short. Okay, I want you to take note of this. Keep your paragraphs short. Always remember that long paragraphs, they're hard to read, especially sa email. And you'll be emailing your clients, you'll be emailing yung customers back and forth. Remember that your client, they'll be reading messages on their cell phone a lot of the times, so you have permission to break the rules of grammar. Okay naman, mali yung grammar, or mali yung punctuation, pero if it's clear and concise, clear and shorter, okay yun. Keep your sentences short, diba? So keep only 2 to 3 sentences in one paragraph, then hit enter to create line spacing. So I'm going to show you over here. Email 1 and email 2. Sige, which one do you think is a better email? Email 1 or email 2? Sige, I'm gonna give you some time kasi may delay. May 10-second delay ata. I think there's like a 10-second delay. Pero which one of these two do you think is better? Email number 1 or email number 2? May short activity muna tayo. Wala yung quarter. Email 2. Yes, there is a replay of this presentation. We're going to remove it in November. November pa, so you have like 1 month to watch. Email 2 for me. Sige. Great, diba? You're able to see na in one glance na email 2 na agad. So what I'm trying to show you, diba? What's the better email? Email 2. I'm trying to show you here is that yung spacing, yung line spacing makes a very big difference, especially on a cell phone. Kung sa computer, okay naman. Pero nowadays, parang more than half the time, I read my emails on a cell phone din. A lot of people, they're reading their emails on a cell phone. It's easy to understand. Parang masakit sa mata yung email number 1, right? So, here, when you're writing, not just emails, pero cover letters, when you're writing anything, try to include line spacing, diba? In high school and college, we're taught not to have longer paragraphs, diba? Kasi yung thoughts of a paragraph should be continuous, diba? And if you don't have a new thought, you don't create a new paragraph. Pero when it comes to communicating clearly nowadays, even if same thought, you can create new paragraphs because your priority is not parang you're not submitting a report to English 101. What you're doing is you want it to be clear. You want it to be easy to read, more understandable. And if you have clients like that, they'll appreciate it. They'll want to deal with you more. I know it's not, kapag pag-usapan natin skills, it's not really that important, right? Supposedly. Pero clients care about it. May affect siya. May difference. They'll want to work with you more if you keep your paragraph short, if you make things more readable. Okay, number 2, use consistent formatting all throughout. Okay, consistent formatting. So when you're pasting text that you've copied, what's the keyboard shortcut? Sige, quick pop quiz muna. What's the keyboard shortcut to paste text? Or copy and paste, diba? What's the keyboard shortcut? I know you guys are gonna put it here, pero diba? Control V, diba? Control V yung keyboard shortcut, right? But when we do Control V, diba, sometimes we see text na ganito. You'll see text na ganito, diba? So, hello Jason, here's information I found regarding lifestyle hacking based on different blogs I visited. Create a vision board, and tingnan mo yung format, iba-iba yung text, iba-iba yung font. And why do you think that is? Why do you think the font is different? And it doesn't look very nice, honestly. Minsan nga may kulay pa, di ba? May kulay pa when you paste. Diba? When you paste, sometimes may kulay, may underline, and it doesn't look good. It's not a clean email. It's not a clean message. So how do we fix this problem? First of all, have you encountered this problem? Say yes if you've encountered this problem, or no if you haven't encountered this problem. And secondly, kinapi lang, di ba? Kinapi lang, kasi copy-paste lang, di ba? And a lot of times, that's what we're doing. Kapag the client's asking for information, copy-paste. Nag-copy-paste ka, iba yung font. Iba-iba yung font. Wala namang problema sa copy-paste. It's fine, di ba? Because better words. Pero yung formatting, iba-iba. It's remove formatting pag pinaste. That's one way to do it. Actually, you can, in Gmail, andun yun, you can highlight everything. Actually, this isn't here, pero it should be one. You can highlight everything, and may button sa baba na remove formatting. Pero, there's an advanced trick to do this. So, when you paste, diba, normally Control-V. Pero you can use Control-Shift-V. Ako, I use Control-Shift-V. So, what it does is that it removes all formatting automatically when you use Control-Shift-V. Or sa Mac, Option Control-Shift-V. Or Control slash or backslash. I always get that confused. If you want it faster. Pero ako, I always use Control Shift V. Diba? Control A, then you can set preferred format. Pero minsan sa Gmail that doesn't work. Yeah, the remove formatting that works. Or when you paste, you use Control Shift V. And when you use Control Shift V, you highlight everything. Then you Control C, Control Shift V. This is what you'll see. Na natanggal lahat ng formatting. Okay, so if you want things to be look uniform, you have to remove the formatting. So all have the same format if you use Control Shift V, or if you use the button at the bottom, highlight and then remove all formatting. Okay, so this is a trick that you can use. Ako, I use this a lot din. Sige. Let's go to tip number 3, to creating clean emails. Ngayon ko lang nalaman. Good to hear. Diba? That's why you're here, because to learn new things, really, no? Sige. Number 3, if possible, list different points in bullets. Okay? You want to use bullet points. So separate different topics into different emails is also something that you can do. So let's say that you're answering a question, what are the online jobs for working from home? So answer number 1, pwede. Here are some of the online jobs working from home: data entry, transcription, phone support, chat support, and virtual assistant. Or you can do it like this. Diba? Same text lang naman. It's using the exact same words, exact same text. Pero, actually, hindi to bullet points. Letters, diba? Pero you can see, diba? It's a lot easier to read kapag gagamitin mo yung ganito, diba? Yung answer number 2. When you use bullet points, when you use numbering, when you use better formatting. And, diba? We're just using an example like this, pero keep this in mind when you're communicating with your clients. Okay? Once again, we're not talking about the basic skills that's in the freebie course, that's in the bootcamp. We're talking about advanced skills to kind of just level up you a little bit, you know. so that when you present your skills, it's clearly, it's concise, and clients will want to deal with you. How about in HP laptop? Oh, Control Shift V pa rin yan. Sa Excel lang ata yung applicable. I don't see the original comment. Oh, list style, di ba? Sige. Next tip. Pictures speak louder than words. Whenever possible, attach an image to better communicate what you want to say. Sige. So, for example, you have, like, sometimes, especially I see this a lot in online jobs, mga job openings, they require you to do a speed test. They require na you have at least 5 Mbps or 10 Mbps, ganun, di ba? So, now, what a lot of people will do is write an email like this. HTK Internet Speed Connection Test. Hello Ken, this is the result of the HC cable internet connection speed test. Diba? And then they attach it. So this is a very common way of doing it. So another way to do it though is like this. Hey Ken, here's the result. And then you put the screenshot. It's a very, very small change. And most of us won't even think about it, di ba? Pero when you receive the email na kailangan mo pa buksan yung or i-download yung attachment, or if the image is right there, it's a very small thing, di ba? It's a very small thing. Pero it makes a difference, di ba? It makes a difference when you're using the second one, right? So if you can include images, di ba? If you can include them in the email, even better, without looking at the entire email, without even reading it, diba? They see an image and they can know what it's about. They see the image and say, okay, diretso na. Rather, even if you just put, the speeds 23.21 download, 14.87 upload, that's another option. Pero if it's just text compared to something like this, it's just easier to read. So whenever you are doing, like writing an email, writing a message, you'd want to make it clear. Put yourself in the client's shoes, in the customer's shoes, and think now, how can this be made easier and clearer for them? For screenshots, I use the Greenshot app to capture a picture, paste it, copy it to the clipboard, edit it sometimes, and paste it. Okay, so we teach that in the bootcamp, yung Greenshot, diba? So yeah. Number 5, keep it brief and concise, diba? Balik ako sa English 101, diba? We're taught to write long sentences in school na using smart sounding words, harder words, but in the online world iba yung rules natin. In the online world, you should be simple, use simple words, be very straightforward. Okay, be very straightforward and be very clear as much as possible. And this is a skill. Most of the time, we write things very long because we want to explain things, we want to go into detail. Pero if you make it longer, it becomes, you lose the attention and it becomes actually harder to understand. So there's a quote here by Blaise Pascal. Okay, I would have written a shorter letter, but I did not have the time. So for him, what this means is that it does take skill to write something shorter. And a lot of the times, students they ask me, okay, how is this like cover letter? How is this profile? And I always tell them, make it shorter, make it half the length. So whenever you write something, you'd want to usually make it a lot shorter. And I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you how to do that in these coming slides. Yes po, I tried the second one. Mas na-follow yung instructions ni client. Pag yung second one. Ay, ano nangyari? My live screen disappeared. Ayan. Nakakatulong ko kahit hindi sa email, lalo na kung may evaluation na ipapasagot yung client sa'yo. Oo, exactly, Ivan. Okay, now, to write brief and concise emails, you want to remember a few things. Number 1 is to go easy on the adverbs. Don't use so many adverbs. Remove yung mga fillers, yung mga sentence fillers. Like, so, yung mga words that we shouldn't really use, di ba? Actually, as Filipinos, very common that we use words like actually, sir, basically, literally. We use them a lot. Pero if you remove those words, same meaning lang naman yung sentence na yun. Right? Ikaw, what's your favorite filler? We all have favorite fillers. Pero what do you use? So, reminder, just say what you mean. Usually when you say actually or basically or literally, we're trying to parang explain things in a fancy manner, diba? Pero just say what you mean. And when you remove these words, it doesn't change the meaning of the sentence. It doesn't change the idea. Same pa rin naman. Right? Basically, guilty si John sa basically. Sino pa ba? Ano bang fillers nyo? What are your most common fillers? Actually po, ganun, di ba? Parang when you're explaining something, actually, basically, yeah, what are your fillers? Actually, yung mga ano, daming actually. Okay, so like I said, just say what you mean, right? Saying that you don't know something right away is more productive. So instead of saying, I'm not very sure as to what I can do to remedy this customer service problem, you don't have but it sounds very formal. It sounds very formal. Normally, what we're taught is to say something like this. I'm not very sure as to what I can do to remedy this customer service problem. But I'm very formal. Pero, just say it straight. Diba? Pero, I'm not sure what I can do to remedy a fancy, diba? Pero, as the listener, parang kailangan mo pa isipin, what is he trying to say? But if you say something like, I don't know how to handle this issue. I don't know how to handle this issue. Diba? That's it. It means the same thing, pero the client will understand immediately what you're trying to say, rather than having to think about it. Actually, usually kahapon sa calls ko, affected, Alan, naalala mo yung call mo kahapon, ganun. Technically, actually, basically, really, honestly, yung mga filler words natin. So yeah, as you can see here, right, just say immediately what you want, what you mean, right? So again, another example. So this is like an actual thing. Okay, you can say, I came across an error on our website today, and it looks like our customers can't make a purchase when they click the add to cart button. How can you please check and let me know how to best resolve this? Wala namang problema dun, diba? There's nothing wrong with that statement, right? But how can it be improved? Sige, kayo daw. How can you improve that statement? It's not 12 minutes. Ang haba pa ng presentation natin. Baka ma-overtime. Parang overtime tayo ngayon, guys. Okay lang. Try natin. Hindi tayo ma-overtime. Sige, how can you improve this statement? Anyone want to try? Wala ba? I came across an error on our website today, and it looks like our customers can't make a purchase when they click on the add to cart button. Can you please check and let me know how to best resolve this? Straight to the point, walang paikot-ikot. Be frank, di ba? Diretso. Pero we're taught kasi na paikot-ikot. That's what we're used to. Sanay tayo sa ganun. Even sa call center dati, yung mga explanation natin, paikot-ikot na the customer is gonna get confused. Okay na lang. Okay, I'll give you a couple more seconds to see if someone wants to take on the challenge to try to make this more concise. Okay, try to make it more concise. Meron ba? Okay lang po mag-overtime. Sige, I don't think anyone's answering it. Pero sige, this is the answer. This is the answer over here. Our add to cart button is not working. Can you please check and let me know how we should handle this? Ayun. Ayun, Cecilio. Very good, Cecilio. Add to cart button is not working. How can we fix it? Oh, diba? Parang ganun. Our customer cannot make a purchase. The add cart button is not working. How can we resolve it? Oh, good. Doesn't work. Our customers can't make purchase. Please check and let me know how to resolve this. Pero it's not specific enough, Joy. You'd have to put them yung add to cart button. Kasi yun ang importante, yung add to cart button. Oh, good. Most of you guys are answering it well. Marky, you can watch the lessons anytime, actually. Oh, great job, guys. Oh, our add to cart button is not working. So again, last tip here: to write concise, clear and concise, brief and concise emails. Remember, KISS. Okay, keep it short and simple. Okay, keep it short and simple, and that's it. All right. So again, just to recap what we learned when we talk about creating clean emails. First, keep your paragraphs short. Second, use consistent formatting all throughout. Third, if possible, list different points into bullets. Fourth, pictures speak louder than words, not actions, but pictures. But actions did, pero pictures when we're talking about like emails. Fifth, keep it brief and concise. Yeah, okay. So hopefully you learned something from this part. All right, let's move on to not just clean emails and clean messages, pero clean Google Docs din. Clean Google Docs. Okay. Most of the points we talked about were regarding emails, pero this applies to Google Docs din. Like everything we talked about earlier applies to Google Docs, but there's more that we can do. You can short paragraphs, you can Control Shift V, you can use that in Google Docs. But if you're using Word, actually Control Alt V. I don't know why they're doing it differently, pero in Word it's Control Alt V, letting you know. Using bullet points, using screenshots, using brief and concise sentences. This all applies to whatever kind of communication you're trying to do. But since VAs, we usually use Google Docs a lot to create reports, let's focus on this a little bit. So first of all, let's talk about formatting. So here's an example of a Google Doc. Now, well, tip number one is to always use 1.5 spacing if the client doesn't tell you anything when you're submitting reports. Okay, so example over here on the left, you see line spacing 1. Okay, like this here. But in line spacing 1.5, ganito siya. So it's just easier to read. And if line spacing 1, or you can even use like 1.15 sometimes, depende sa'yo. Kasi if it's just single spaced, medyo masakit sa mata. Okay, so very simple. Don't try Control Alt V on yours. See if it works. Control V should work. All right. Second is use classic fonts. So don't be fancy. Okay. I know a lot of the times we want to be fancy. We want to use yung mga cursive fonts, yung mga style fonts. For example, like Comic Sans, di ba? Or brush script. Kasi fancy tingnan. Pero we want to keep things simple. Okay lang boring, di ba? Okay lang naman boring. Pero easy to read. That's the most important thing here. You're not going for style. You're going for, making it simpler. So you can use Times New Roman, you can use Arial, you can use Cambria, you can use Calibri. And as much as possible, sometimes you can use 2 fonts in a document if yung titles mo are 1 font and yung text is another. Pero in most cases, if you want to keep it simple, you can just use 1 font throughout the document. Sometimes you can use 2, maximum 2. Pero in most cases, you can just use 1. Loading yung PLDT nyo, too bad. Pero yeah, everything's still okay in my end. Sige, third, and may replay naman. Okay, let them know. May replay. Otohoma, pwede din, di ba? Mga basic fonts. Third, no odd colors. No mga weird colors or borders or margins. Okay? So you don't want a weird box na itong parang ganito. Or you don't want yung may highlights, yung mga ganun. You're not creating a graphic design, di ba? You're creating a document in most cases. You're creating a report. You're creating a summary that you're going to submit to your client. So you don't want it. You want it easy on the eyes, mostly easy on the eyes. Is it allowed using highlight to emphasize a word? Yes, you can highlight. In most cases, I just use bold. In my recommendation is use bold or underline or italics. Keep it simple. In this example, it is kind of extreme na medyo masakit sa mata. Even yellow. I know yellow, parang standard highlighting color is yellow, pero masakit sa mata. Okay, so bold, underline, or italics are what I'd recommend in most cases. So fourth, Google Docs, they have styles or templates that you can use when creating documents. So if you don't know like how to make it kind of look nicer, then yun, use one of the built-in templates rather than creating your own. A lot of times when you create your own, it doesn't look nice. Yeah. What's it? Is it allowed? Where was I? Sabi niya even keep it clean and basic. Exactly. Yes, you can use the replay. May replay naman. How about bold? Oh, bold pwede. Bold, italic, underline, diba? Or strike through, depende. Or rewatch lang later, guys. Sige, number 5. When collaborating with your client or teammates, use Google Docs suggesting or editing functions to save time. So, you can see here, when you're working with multiple people, you're working with your clients, you're working with other team members, Google Docs has a collaborating feature. Anong ibig sabihin ng collaborating? Meaning, working together with other people. Na multiple people, they can edit the document. Kung piliin mo editing, they can edit the document at the same time that you're editing it. They can suggest, they can add comments, or they can just read or print the final document. So, if you're asking, like example, for feedback, if you're asking for feedback from your teammates or from your client, you can give them access to edit or suggest just in the button over here in the upper right. Okay, so there, quickly going through that over there. So to summarize, for formatting in Google Docs, here's what we recommend. Always use 1.5 spacing if the client doesn't specify. Use classic fonts like Times New Roman or Arial or Cambria or Calibri. Don't use mga stylish fonts. Third, don't use odd colors or borders or margins, please. Yes, you can highlight, pero once again, it depends. If you're submitting a report, you can bold, underline, or italics, but sometimes highlighting if you're drafting, actually. If you're drafting something and you want to add comments, may comment feature then which kind of highlights it in yellow. Sige. Number 4, Google Docs. Use the templates that they have. It's easy to use. Number 5, when collaborating with your teammates, you use the suggesting or editing functions to save time. Alright, okay, so those were the tips. Those were the tips we had today. Hindi tayo masyadong overtime. But, just to summarize, overall, an advanced virtual assistant knows how to do the following things. They know how to craft a clean email, and they know how to do clean formatting in Google Docs or anything else. Not just email in Google Docs, pero these tips apply to any sort of report, any sort of document, any sort of communication that you're submitting to your client or their own customers, right? And this is important because it's often overlooked by a lot of people. Usually we think about, when we're talking about online jobs, we think, oh, skills lang, di mang galing-galing ko mag-schedule or mag-design sa graphics. Pero what they don't realize is that when you don't write clean emails, when you're formatting, when your sentence structures is very messy and very hard to understand, it's a big turn off na no matter how skilled you are, because of the way that your email, your documents, your messages are formatted, turn off siya. And the clients might not hire you because of that. So, aside from just having the skill, you want to take this in mind. And kaya nga advanced virtual assistant. Kasi kung yung mga basic virtual assistant natin, alam mo na yung skills. You already have a background on the skills. Here, we're leveling you up just a little bit and focusing not just on your skills, pero on your communications, on your reports, so that the client will feel comfortable and they'll feel happy reading your messages, reading your emails, and because of that, they'll want to work with you rather than working with someone na mas magaling pa sa'yo, pero yung communication is very messy. Okay, so over there, here you can really stand out and make a difference, like for your clients. And if you practice this well enough, it'll become second nature to you. As if you practice writing clean emails, applying the tips we talked about today, you won't have to think about it. It'll become second nature, and you'll be able to stand out in the VA world. Okay, so like I said, diba, we're preparing you for 2021. We're fast forwarding you to 2021. So our learning doesn't just end over here. Okay, it doesn't just end over here. We have over the next few weeks Once again, just reminding you, next week we have Social Media Management 101, same time, Saturday at 8 p.m. Then we have Intro to E-commerce, and we have Amazon Seller Central. And then in November, we have Photoshop Essentials. We have SEO in a nutshell. We have Basics of Bookkeeping, and we have Marketing Your Freelancing Skills. Okay, so we have these webinars coming up to you very, very soon. Take note of the schedule. Maybe you want to save this, save it in your calendar. But we're teaching you this throughout the next few weeks. Now, before I reveal the action items for you, okay, may action items tayo so that you can get the certificate. Konting plug muna. Ito, overtime tayo sa plug muna. We have our free VA course. We have a lot of free courses, not just these webinars, pero we have a lot of free courses. If you check out the thread in Freelancers in the Philippines, you'll find it. Or if you go to vabootcamp.com, freevacourse.com, you'll see our free stuff there. And if you think our free courses, our free webinars are helpful, you should check out our paid course. If you like our free courses, you're definitely gonna like our paid course. Na may guidance ka pa in the VA Bootcamp. And we have a whole team. I'm very proud to say that our VA Bootcamp, it's very highly rated. We produce hundreds of people who have gotten jobs online, and we have a great community of classmates to support you. We have different packages. We have installment options in the VA Bootcamp, and it's an investment, definitely, but it's still cheaper than college or a tuition fee, of course. Now, if you enroll, you'll get access to our coaches in the Hustle Challenge, and if you just get one client, bawi mo na yung mga lahat ng gastos mo. Actually, you're gonna be able to get your ROI just getting one client. Kahit he just pays you $3 an hour, may ROI ka na agad, actually. So, just something to think about before you spend so much money. I know marami mga sales ngayon, and then a lot of sales are gonna come up. So, consider enrolling in the bootcamp before you use up all your money, because this is going to be used to level up your skills, and it's an investment for you to even earn more money later on. Diba? So just some testimonials from the VA Bootcamp. Kel Zen said, I thought it's not possible for me to enter freelancing since I don't have any experience. I'm a chemical engineer by profession and decided to enter freelancing without any knowledge and background of what I will get into. But with VA Bootcamp, it made the impossible into reality. With hard work, patience, and trust in myself, I'm now hired as a Shopify product listing specialist. This is my first job as a freelancer, and I'm truly blessed to be part of VA Bootcamp. To all my fellow students and are currently working on the Hustle Challenge, do not stop. Keep going, because who knows, the right one is already there for you. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Sabi ni Theodore Roosevelt. So this is one of the VA Bootcamp graduates. John Saguban said, not to brag, but to inspire others. I started in August 2019 as a social media marketing focused on real estate. I started with $5 an hour and currently offering $25 an hour. Diba? $25 an hour, that's 1,200 pesos per hour. Now she has a small team. Last week, she hired 2 more, and there are 5 people in her team. After 1 year lang, she already has 5 people working for her. This morning, I just woke up with a good offer of our number 17th client. Praise God, I am proud VA Bootcamp student, batch June 2019. Sa lahat po na nag-umpisa pa lang, lalo na sa nahirapan po makakuha ng first client, push lang ng push, may inilaan ang Lord sa bawat isa. Darating din si the one mo. So as you can see, si George, she started enrolling in June. She got her first client in August, and in 1 year, 5 times yung growth niya. 5 times. So, diba, if you're earning 20,000 or 10,000, what this year, next year, 50,000 ka na agad. Or you're earning 20,000, 100,000 ka na agad. 5 times yung earnings, diba? Grabe yung increase na nakita niya. And another one over here from Eileen Cruz Manalo. At first, di ako makapaniwala, pero ito na talaga. I landed my first gig on my second week here in the Guided Hustle Challenge. Imagine, second week ko pa lang, and may nakapansin na agad. Rope and Ida Israel. Thank you po talaga sa mga coaches namin, Coach Anna, Coach Bong, Coach Mitch, and sa coach ko nung week 1, Coach Ruth. Tuloy pa din ang journey, tuloy pa din ang laban. Okay. So, this is part of the VA Bootcamp, accelerated and complete. You get the hustle challenge. We have a strong, as you can see, we have a strong support system from our coaches and from students as well. So you can check out the VA Bootcamp. Just go to vabootcamp.ph/enroll. You're gonna get the skills you need to learn. You get a community to support you, as well as you get your questions answered, and a lot more. So if you like these free webinars, check out the VA Bootcamp and you won't regret it. Sige, onto our action items. Sige, onto our action items. So here are the instructions. Look at one of your old emails, messages, or your cover letters that can be improved. Sige, using the tips in the webinar, make changes to that message to make it clearer, shorter, and more direct to the point. Paste the before and after as text or image in this specific thread. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the specific thread. Actually, I haven't created it yet. Pero I'm gonna create a thread in. Give me one moment. I'll create it right now, para you guys can post agad. So if you want to get your certificate, please do this. Submit your assignments for Advanced VA 101 here. So yeah, so I'm creating the thread right now so that you guys can submit. It's on the VA Bootcamp Facebook page, and I'm gonna make sure that this link goes to that page. Just give me one moment over here. And then after you submit, we're going to, by October 12th, so you have around a week, a little bit more than 1 week to where was that? To submit your assignment. Okay, you have a little bit more than 1 week, and then we're going to give you the link to get the certificate. Okay. Don't open that link muna. Give me 1 second. Sige, and it should be working now. It should be working now. Ayan. Okay. Be sure to put Fast Forward 2021 in the comment of the assignment, ha. So you need to do the assignment if you're going to get the certificate. May picture ba ako dito? Sige. If you're going to get the certificate that you're going to include, that you can include in your profile, in your portfolio, be sure to well, I'll include the instructions din pala. So I'll include it in the thread later. Pero submit your assignment in the thread, and it will give you the link to get your certificate. Okay. Now, I really want you to participate in this. You know, if you're serious about, fast forwarding to 2021, learning and applying, not just learning, but applying what you learned, then please submit the assignment. It motivates me and it motivates the team to really know that we're making a difference in people's lives, and that you are taking action so that we are making a difference in your lives. Okay, so please submit that assignment so that you'll start taking action. Once again, you have around a week to submit it. I already put the link. Okay, let me just paste the link. Assignment submission link. Okay, assignment submission. I'm gonna put the instructions. Submission link, and you're gonna paste the screenshot of the old and the new. Okay, over there. Okay, I gave you the link. Check it out. Ayun, looks like we are good. I just gave the instructions for the certificate. Ayan ang link kung saan i-submit. Ayun, yung link. Assignment submission link. Check it out. And yeah, I hope I'm gonna see you next week, guys. Please submit the assignment before then, so that you can get this certificate over here. And yeah, I will see you next week. Thank you, guys. And yun, check out check out the VA Bootcamp if you want to check it out. But more importantly, do this assignment so that you can take action and get this certificate. Okay, thank you guys. Hope you learned something today. And even if you're watching the replay, still submit the assignment. Okay, we're giving you 1 week. Okay, bye bye.